high winds here tonight. It's a really bad storm, and so I don't know how long this live is going to last, but I'm going to keep trying. It keeps booting me off. A lot of times when I have high winds, the cell phone reception isn't that great, but we're going to try and roll with it anyway. Tonight we're making the Zesty beef enchiladas. I've got a couple of tortillas we're going to do. This one is my sourdough tortilla recipe. And then just as a trying this, I don't know how this is going to go, but I made some egg tortillas. We have an abundance of goose eggs right now. And so I just mixed it with some almond flour and some water, and it's kind of like a huge egg omelet pancake thing, but I think the stuffing will be really good in it as well. Hey, Jackie, thank you so much for commenting. I'm so glad I'm still going through because it's been kicking me off because of the high winds. So I'm so glad you commented and let me know that everyone can see me. It's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to move the phone, and hopefully I'm not going to lose anybody. Let's slide you back. Here we go. Okay. Pretty sure everybody's still there. So this is going to come together super fast. I'm going to angle the camera down at the pan, and we're going to start cooking up some beef, and we're going to do some enchilada sauce. Did you find anything, Bree?
Yeah.
I sent her to our extra storage room to go find some dried onion of some sort. What do we got? Woohoo! Oh, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard onion powder. Yay! Okay. Ugh. I had a heck of a time making the enchiladas, or the tortillas tonight with the sourdough. I forgot that I had wing and waited too long, and my starter's like a mega starter, so you can't wait too long because then your dough is going to fall apart. It's just not a good situation. So my tortillas are also going to look very interesting tonight, but I'm sure it's going to taste delicious. All right, I'm just emptying this half onion powder, half crumble into my spice container, and then we're going to get going. Let's see, I can probably just like grab the clumps, right? This is Azure Spice. Unfortunately, this bag must have had a hole in it. It wasn't airtight. And it's so humid here in the summer and most of the year, really, that the spices, they don't last long if they're a powder and they're exposed to moisture. Doesn't happen on all the Azures, but I've had this for a while. I probably ordered this, I don't know, 6 months ago or something, so it's been sitting. All right. Woo! Onion powder filled. Hey, Jenny! So this is going to be a really, really quick meal. I'm going to go get the pot, although I probably want that pot back there, which somebody used to make tea. Looks like ginger snap tea. So, oh, I don't know. That doesn't look good. That looks more like a urban sea tea, which is also really good, guys. From Bulk Herb Store. It's a vitamin C boost. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to say, guys. Here's a warning. We are still sick here. So, unfortunately, with the flu, not everyone pukes all at once and not everyone has diarrhea all at once with a big family. So I'm down to the last 2 children. So if I all of a sudden leave the screen, it is because a child instantly needs me, if all of you guys know what I mean. So, just a little forewarning, that may or may not happen. I didn't want to cancel tonight's live because I canceled last week's live because I was the one that was horribly sick. So we're just going to have to roll with it. I'm going to go wash out this pan really quick and we're going to get started on the sauce. Let me grab it here. I will say that this homeopathic remedy is absolutely amazing for the flu. Can you guys even see that? Arsenicum album. Awesome. You get these little remedies all over the website. I buy mine from Vitacost. But this is for upset stomach, food poisoning, nausea, burning stomach, all those things. Helps the body detox. So we've been using that, which is also kind of the reason why I think some of my kids haven't gotten it yet, is because I've been boosting them with that, which is a good thing. All into the same sentence. I'm going to grab some butter. Here we go. When you've got 5 kids, you don't really want them all sick with that at the same time, because you would never catch up on the laundry. All right, so we're going to be making the red enchilada sauce recipe that's inside my cookbook. It's on page 34. If you have not ordered a cookbook yet, the link is down below. All you do is click on it and pay for it, and off it comes. Over 230 recipes. Some of them are here on the channel, and some of them are family recipes or Amish recipes. If you're interested in that, the link's down below. But we're going to be making the red enchilada sauce recipe from the cookbook. Page 34. I'm going to be doubling this because I'm going to be making 2 batches. Because like I said, I have these sourdough tortillas, and then I also have my experimental egg tortillas. I just wanted to try this because I know there's some people who don't eat, can't have tortilla recipes, and so we're just going to give it a try. Okay, so the recipe calls for 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm just going to give you guys the amounts for 1 recipe, not the doubled amounts. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and heat this cast iron skillet over medium heat. I'm going to go grab my ground beef. You need 1 pound, but since I'm doubling it, there's going to be 2 pounds going in there. I hope everybody's doing okay out there. I do have what I think might be a sad announcement for those of you guys who have been with me for a while here on the channel. You guys probably remember Carl. I haven't heard anything from him, and I've emailed him, and it's just very uncharacteristic of him. I'm hoping for the best. Carl, if you watch this, you're loved. Comment down below and let us know you're okay. But my gut tells me he's not okay. So, anyway, there's that. I do care about you guys. This is more than just a channel for me, so it's nice to get to know you guys. He would typically be the person that would be messaging back right away or emailing back right away, and it's been about a month, so. All right, so we're just going to fry this up. Like I said, I'm doubling it, so that's why there's a lot of meat in here. All right. This meal is so easy because there's not much chopping. I'm going to go grab a 13 by 9 pan. We've got butter that is bubbling. I'm just going to reduce the heat a little bit more on the sauce in the back. And I'm going to go ahead and coat my pan back here, my 13 by 9. That's at the top of your screen there, with some lard. But you could use any healthy fat that's a semi-solid at room temperature. Crisco is not a healthy fat, so we're not going to coat our pans with that. The reason why we are choosing traditional fats like lard, tallow, coconut oil, butter, duck fat, and goose fat is because those remain stable at cooking temperatures, okay? They don't go rancid or have any sort of damage that happens molecularly when we cook with them. Okay, that's frying up. This is just about done back here. We're just going to melt the butter, and then we're going to add in our flour. Whew, good thing I went into the freezer and got myself some fresh ground flour because apparently I left the bag open. That almost ended all over my freezer. Okay. So to this melted butter back here on the back, we're going to go ahead and add 3 tablespoons of sprouted flour. I'm going to get a whisk ready too, because that's the next step. Might as well start rounding it up now. I'm doubling it, so I'm going to keep going, guys. Don't get confused. 3 tablespoons. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and whisk this. So we're just going to let this cook for about 30 to 45 seconds. We just don't want our sauce to taste like raw flour. So we just need it to cook a little. Okay, so in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and preheat the oven to 350 degrees. That was easy. Give it a good stir. Next, we're going to go ahead and add some broth. This is homemade broth. You would need 2 cups of broth. Beef, chicken, whatever kind. I think this might actually be pork. Doesn't matter much. I'm going to add about a cup of it and then whisk, and we'll add a little bit more in just a minute. We're going to let this come back up to a simmer, and we'll add some more. So little William and little Bethany are the last 2 to get sick. Bethany got sick today. And poor William, we've been boosting him, so maybe he won't get it. I don't know. He might sneak out, but he just doesn't seem right. So he'll probably wait till the middle of the night and then unleash. Isn't that the luck of like every single mom? Like their kid waits till they're in their bed with all of their blankets and then decides to get sick. We were supposed to have friends over today, and Bethany was trying to act like she felt fine, but I just, in my gut, I was like, no, something's not right here. Oh yeah, was I ever right? Unfortunately. Moms always know, I guess. Okay. The tortilla recipe for tonight is also into the cookbook. There's other options too. There's a keto tortilla recipe inside the cookbook as well. I didn't make those tonight. I was kind of just feeling like let's just do sourdough and let's do egg and find out what happens with the eggs. My problem was I was using a recipe for the egg tortillas that made 1 tortilla at a time, and it was like 1 egg, but I have an abundance of the goose eggs, and goose eggs were 3 eggs, chicken eggs, and so I had 3 times the batter, and so I think some of them ended up a little thicker than what they should have been. Okay, so this back pot got two cups of broth, but I just put 4 in because I'm doubling, remember? Okay, so then to the back pot, 2 tablespoons of chili powder. But I'm going to double. There we go. Half of a teaspoon of onion powder, which was the clumpy stuff I handled earlier. I switched over to granules a while ago, and well, I still have powder I'm trying to use on up, so it just ends up clumpy and hard to work with. Next ingredient is a half a teaspoon of ground cumin. So I'm doubling. There it goes. So I'm planning on making 2 pans. If you're just jumping on, we're making zesty beef enchiladas. Okay, a pinch of cinnamon. Honestly, it just like adds like a little undertone of another flavor, which is kind of fun. There we go. We need a teaspoon of raw apple cider vinegar. I'm going to double it. There we go. Half of a teaspoon of honey. I'm just going to guesstimate it. See, I'm missing comments. Is it blurry, you guys? I'm trying my best. It's so windy here. I can try moving the phone around. Ginny, let me know if it's still blurry. I can like try moving it on the stand or something. It's just so windy. Let me try moving you guys. I don't know if this is going to help or not, but let's just give it a shot, okay? It's my cell phone reception when it's so windy. It comes and goes. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can make you guys taller. We'll start there. Without dropping you. Okay. Stovetop height would be nice, right? So you guys can see what you want. Okay. Well, let's see about that. I'm hoping that's better. Okay. Beef is cooked. I'll put corn out of the freezer. I'll be right back. It's better? I hope it's better. Do we need a light? Oops, that's not a light. Try again. You guys. Yeah, it's bad. I'm going to try a different angle. Okay, so we just added some corn. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more, actually. Probably about 3/4 cup of corn altogether. It's also pausing a number of times. Guess it's the weather. Yes, it is what I'm dealing with over here. We have some pretty high winds, and the weather is coming on in, so... Okay, so I just added the frozen corn. I'm hoping this holds out so we can finish our dinner. Is that any better? Probably not. All right, and then to the enchilada sauce, the last thing on the back is 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Okay. Is that any better, Jenny? Or is it still crappy? Or Jackie, whoever wants to comment. Oh, a lot better. Yay. Okay. You guys right there. It's a little bit of a weird angle for me, but I'm going to make it work. All right. 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Whatever works. I'm even down with like going and finding a magical rock somewhere on the farm if that's what it takes. There's no point in me recording if I can't do it. Oh, good. Okay, so I'm not moving, y'all. You're going to stay right there. You're stuck. That is your spot for tonight. I feel like the wind shifted. It was coming out of the west, and now it's shifted to the east, which is kind of weird. But whatever. If that's bringing more cell phone towers this way so we can have her live, I'm all for it. All right. We're going to bring this sauce to a simmer. This is ready to go here. So just to recap, since the video was horrible in the beginning, we are making zesty beef enchiladas. In this pan, I've doubled everything. Hey, Rita's Roost. Thank you for the encouragement. So 1 pound of ground beef. We fried that up, and we have the enchilada sauce that's coming from my recipe book on page 34. And we're just finishing off that sauce. I'm just waiting for it to thicken up. And then we're going to start, this was a, let's see, for the 1 recipe, 3/4 cup of whole kernel corn. You could use canned corn too if you wanted. I'm going to put the corn away and grab the cheese. And I'm going to leave you guys right here and not move you at all. waiting for it to come up to a simmer. I gotta grab the cheese. All right, grabbing the cheese. I would rotate you guys around, but to show you my dirty house, but I don't want to lose signal, so just know that my house is a mess. But that typically happens when all your children are down with something and you're trying to get laundry done, if you know what I mean. Everything else just kind of has to wait until the laundry explosion stops. I'm gonna wipe this counter off. Then we'll shred some cheese and get ready to stuff our wraps. This is simmering. It's thickening up back here. That's a good sign. Okay. So I'm going to reach in front of you guys. It's a weird angle. Okay. Cheese grinder. I do the old-fashioned cheese grinding. I wanted to get myself one of those salad master things where you just crank on it and it does your cheese, but I guess it just hasn't been enough of a priority for me in all these years. I'm going to add one more tablespoon now that I got rid of my tablespoon. One more tablespoon of sprouted flour. You could use cassava flour to any sort of thickener, or you could even get out a second jar of tomato paste to thicken this up. You could skip the thickener altogether. Another great option for the alternative to tortillas, other than the eggs that I made tonight, is to do cabbage leaves. So it'd be like a stuffed cabbage roll. That's really good as well. Okay. The enchilada sauce is done. So what we're going to do is, for a single recipe, you'd be doing half of a cup of enchilada sauce onto this meat over here. But like I said, I'm doubling, so I'm going to go ahead and put a whole cup. I was a little bit shy. There we go. Okay. Mix this up, and then we're going to be ready to start stuffing our tortillas. If you wanted a smoky flavor, you could add smoked paprika to that recipe for the sauce. If you wanted more spice, you could add all sorts of stuff. Cayenne, pepper powder, all that sort of stuff. My kids would rather have their taste buds, so if it was just me eating, I would add a whole bunch of spice because I don't think something's spicy enough unless it gives me the hiccups. In other words, my body's rejecting it. So, but my kids, they like their taste buds, so I'm going to leave it on the mild side tonight. Okay, so then we just need a spoon. We're just going to start stuffing like crazy. Oven is now preheated, and we're going to fill. Let's see, you guys can see that right back there. Trying to let you guys be able to see it without moving my camera since I apparently have really bad reception tonight. All right. And you could add salsa too if you wanted to. Whoopsie. These are homemade tortillas, so they're not going to be huge ones that I can roll on themselves because I had such difficulty. It's real life here. But if you were to buy store-bought ones, you could roll them up into a nice little roll. I could roll them this way, I guess. And then put them on their crease. So there we go. We'll do that. Now I already did one the other way. It's all good. Whatever. It's all going to taste the same. The kids are going to eat it. Well, the ones that aren't sick will eat it. Just roll it on itself. Kind of making a mess here. Here, like this. Okay. Easy, easy. And then we're going to dump the sauce over the top here in just a second and top it with cheese. And then we're going to attempt the same thing with my egg wraps. We'll see about that. We'll see what happens for that whole invention. It was pretty much a last second invention because I have way too many goose eggs just sitting around because we have way too many. I can put some cheese in here too. There we go. Someone's going to have one with cheese and then no one else is. That'll create a nice conversation at the dinner table. How come she got cheese and I didn't? You can hear it already. Anyway, the whole egg thing was just a last second. Oh, I should just try that. So I'm not going to guarantee that's even going to work. But we're going to give it a try. There you go. So how could we make this meal faster? Let's say you have a job and you're not home. You could totally put the ground beef and corn inside like a slow cooker and slow cook it while you're at work. And then all you have to do is make that sauce, which doesn't take more than 15 minutes. And then assemble them. If you're working, you're probably not going to make your own tortillas. But I mean, you might. And if that's the case, then good for you. You can make them ahead of time on the weekend and freeze them. Or just aim to buy sprouted tortillas from the store. But there are ways to take the meals that I'm making in front of you and make them doable for somebody who works. I am blessed to be at home with my kids. My husband has worked really, really hard for the last 17 years of our marriage to get us in a financial spot where we didn't have any debt so that I can stay home with our children. So I'm blessed that way, but I'm not naive. I do know that there's a lot of you guys that are working and you're trying to still feed your families the best you can. Just in case you don't know, there is a link down below for a freezer meal pack. It's like a meal plan. So it comes with a list of meals that you can make, and then we'll do one more in that pan. And then a grocery list and a pantry list, all included. $7. It's an instant download, and the link's down below if you guys are interested. Those are all meals that you can make on the weekend, and put them into your freezer, and they're ready to go. Okay. I'm going to sneak one more into here. Okay. Now you guys can't see that very well. I'll bring it over to the camera. How about that? There they are. Okay. Kind of crumbling, but that's okay. It's still going to taste good. Because we're going to cover it in sauce and some cheese. And then we're going to bake it at 350 degrees. There we go. Yum. Refried beans would be really, really good with this meal as a side. If you had them. Those are really good. That's a good recipe. It's inside my cookbook. I think I also have it up here on the channel as a video. You can make them ahead, freeze them, thaw them out, and they'd be ready to go. All right. So there they are. This is going to go in the oven at 350 degrees. Pretty much, whoopsie, I gotta move my oven rack up. This is pretty much just gonna heat, we want it to heat all the way through because everything is cooked. So probably about 20 to 25 minutes at 350 degrees. There it goes. I'm gonna go grab a second 13 by 9 so that we can try out this egg wrap theory that I had. Let's see how well it works. Okay, I'm going to grease, once again, my 13 by 9 pan with lard. All right. I think the kids and I are going to start making, because someone suggested to us, start making goat milk soap. Because the girls and I have been milking our dairy goats and we have extra. And that's just something that we could use instead of putting it, we wouldn't waste it. We'd turn it into yogurt or something, but it's another use for it. So, all right. So full disclaimer, I've never done this before. We're going to give it a try. This first one looks like super thick because it is. So anyway, I'm just going to, well, you know what first I'm going to do? I'm going to spread some more cheese. Because I can see this one getting real messy really fast. This would probably be like super good for breakfast, actually. All right, let me shred some cheese here real quick. And then we're gonna see if my little invention actually pays off. Or if it was just a crazy idea. Okay, sorry guys, I'm gonna read all the comments. It's probably getting them through to me. Best cheese ever. My experience is that everything that does not get done is waiting for you when you... Yes, exactly. Just got some in my Azure order yesterday, if you don't mind them being small. I sometimes get Jimica wraps from Trader Joe's, which are soft. What are those Jimica wraps made out of? Do you know? I've never heard of that before. Of course, I don't usually go to Trader Joe's. I think the nearest one might be 2 hours away. I'm not sure. Unless there's one in Mitchell. I should look into that. What's a Jimica wrap? Jimica? I don't know if I'm even pronouncing it right. Help me out, Jackie. All right, let's try these. I'm laughing because I'm scared. That's what that laugh is. It's a little nervous laugh. All right, just grinding some cheese. This is the cheese that we buy from Azure Standard. It is not raw because we are baking, okay? When I first got into this health journey, I always bought raw cheese because I was told it was better, which it is. But if you're going to bake it, you're taking the raw out. So pay less money for your cheese if you're going to be cooking with it and just use regular organic mild cheddar. I still buy organic raw cheddar for snacks and salads, all of that sort of thing. Any sort of circumstance where I'm not going to be baking it at 350 degrees. All right, here we go. The moment of truth for the egg wraps. This first one is kind of, I don't know. I just have a feeling with this one. The energy coming out this wrap is that it's not going to be good, but we're just going to give it a little. You know what I'm thinking? Here, hang on. Let's try it backwards. Okay. Okay. It's like an omelet. It's like an omelet. Okay. I'm just going to do this because that sounds good. A little bit of sauce in the middle. I don't think I can roll this one, so we're just going to like pat it on over. There we go. There we go. Okay, next one. Now this one's thinner, so I have a little more hope for this one. Although it has a hole in it, so that could prove interesting. I just had like one of those moments where I was like, if I don't try it, then I'm never going to know if it actually works or not. So why not make them and try it live on a cooking class? It's how all great ideas start. All right. Ooh, that one pulled it over okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's going to be a lot of egg. I don't know. It's going to be filling. Filling, to say the least, here. All right. I think the wind died down. I mean, it still looks hecka windy outside, but I'm trying to figure out why that would be the magical spot inside my kitchen. Right there. I don't know. A little bit of cheese. This actually smells really good. I don't know. All I know is that if I don't have a breakfast planned for the rest of this week, I'll just grab this out. That's what I know. It's like Mexican breakfast. Some mornings I just don't know what is for breakfast. The kids and I need to roll some more oats to make oatmeal so that we can have granola on top of our goat milk yogurt. We just have so much milk. Basically, I had this dream for us to be able to provide our own milk for our family instead of buying it. But it's been like a whole year. You buy the goats, and then you got to wait for them to get old enough to breed, and then you breed them, and you have to wait for them to grow the baby, and then you have to wait for them to have the baby, and then they have the baby. And then you have to wait until you can start weaning the baby, at least at night. And so there's a lot of waiting, you know. And though I had it in my mind that eventually we would get here, I guess I just feel like I've been waiting so long that all of a sudden it was like, bing, you know. So, yeah. Anyway, so I think we might venture down the road of goat milk soap because we do have a lot of goat milk. And I think the girls would have fun doing that, you know? It's something they could make. Obviously with supervision because of the lye, I understand. I used to make soap actually a long time ago. But I stopped because, well, life got busy and other priorities took over, so. Okay, so this one totally doesn't look as pretty. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look as pretty or appealing as with regular tortillas. But you know what? I bet you when we cover it in sauce, it'll just look, I mean, almost anybody will eat anything covered in enough sauce, right? I think it'll be all right. Here we go. We got it happening. There we go. Some of you guys have asked what naturopathic doctor I see, because she does see people remotely. So I'm going to plan on putting that link down below as well for her, because you can get on her website and book your first appointment and everything right through her website, which is convenient. But she's amazing. She is a Weston A. Price person. She believes that food heals, and she's got homeopathics and everything else to help you down the road of healing. All right. All right, so now that it's covered in sauce and cheese, it actually looks pretty good. Okay, I'll show you guys. Here it comes. See? That doesn't look too bad. I think that I might like top it with olives or something. If I had canned olives, I think that'd be really good. I'm going to throw this in the oven with the other one at 350 degrees, like I said, about 20 minutes. And just like that, I have a meal for tonight and a breakfast for another time. And that's all there was to it. What else do I have? I was going to check on the comments because I haven't, if it'll let me see them. Did you? I don't know. It's not good. Oh, there it goes. Ah, finally. Okay, Jack says it's Himika. Oh, Himika. Oh, I'll have to look into that, Jackie. I've actually never tried those, obviously, since I don't even know how to pronounce them. I'm like having to get way down here. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see. What else? What else is new? All the links are still down below. So if you guys, those are all affiliate links. So the way it works is I get a little bit of a kickback. It's not much, guys, but I get a little bit of something just for you guys going through my links. So there's a Mountain Rose Herbs link down there if you guys need to buy herbs. There's a link for liver powder. There's a link, jicama. See, I can't even pronounce it. I can't even pronounce it when you spell it out. Okay, jicama. Anyway, there's a link for liver powder. There's a link for all sorts of stuff. The pink Himalayan salt. All of that stuff's down below. So if you guys need to buy any of that, please use my link because it just gives me a little bit and it doesn't cost you guys anything more. So anyway, that was tonight's dinner. I'm going to be coming out with a cavity update video. I'm in the process of trying to edit it right now, but with the wind, it's just not going well. But I do plan to get that out here soon. And I need to wrap up the video with the goats. We stuck them out to pasture with their mama, and they're nuts. And it's hilarious. They jump all over the place, and they're a little more brave than what I would like them to be. But anyway, she doesn't seem to mind that all of a sudden mama goat just starts screaming, and of course then they come running. But anyway, so I want to take the camera out there and get that and add that to the end of the video. And then the goat video will be coming out. Yeah. I'm just getting into goats. I mean, I could make some videos about goat milking and all that sort of thing, if there's any interest there, but I'm just getting into them. I've only had goats for about 1.5 years, so definitely not the expert. Let's see, other than that, I think that's it for tonight. So thanks so much for joining me, and thanks for bearing with the camera and the internet connection and everything. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Comment down below if you guys have any other suggestions for video content as far as subjects of what I could cover. Yes, Jackie, I'm hoping everybody feels better soon. I'm kind of thankful that I got it, like one of the first people that got it, because usually my body holds out until I'm trying to care for everybody, and I'm up all night and I don't get any sleep, and then I'm exhausted and I'm sick and I can't take care of my family. So I actually really appreciated getting it. Like, I think I was the second or third person to get it. And I actually appreciated that because then I could care for my family. My husband was home. It was the weekend, so it just worked out good. But yeah, we have 2 kids to go. So I'm hoping that we either get it all over with or it just stops, one of the two. So anyway, I will see you guys next week. And you guys have a great week, and we'll catch each other next week. I'm not sure what I'm making yet, but I'll put up a pre-scheduled event, I promise. All right. You guys have a great night.